Hello, hello. Hi, Moira. How are you?
Not too bad. How are you, Heather?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good. You like my hat?
I do. I do. You make it.
I made it. I crocheted it myself. It only took
Excellent.
me all up a few hours. I'm really excited about that, and it
Oh,
fits
wow.
me. Yes,
Okay.
yes. The
I can do
last
a
one
bit
was
of,
a... Go
yeah.
on.
My crochet takes me so long. Like, I like to do it, but it takes me forever.
Yes, I know. It used to take me a while too, but the more you do it, the quicker you are, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm pretty good with my granny squares, but I don't get too technical with anything.
Yes, granny squares are the best, aren't they?
Yeah.
You can do almost anything with a granny square. This
I got
actually...
this one.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah, this is a blanket I made and stitched all the granny squares together. My cat
Oh,
loves
that's
it.
amazing.
My mum used to do the granny squares.
Yes, I know. We've got a blanket of his mother's.
Yeah.
If I learned how to play the piano, I could be an old German auntie. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so who's on live? We've got Annie here who's saying hello. I don't know if anybody else is on live yet. On in chat? No one. It's just there's three of us.
Hi, Annie.
So it looks like that whoever that Annie's first for a reading. Shall we get straight stuck into it? Okay.
Is there any question you'd like to ask Annie? I think does 3 include me and Heather?
Oh, there's four people
Okay.
watching, but I don't know who's watching unless they say something in the chat.
Okay.
So if they want a reading, they need to put in the chat that they'd like a reading.
Yeah.
Or acknowledge the fact that they're here.
Hey, Annie.
Okay, so we'll start off with Annie. If anybody else would like a reading, or sort of on the borderline of wanting a reading, just have a think about it. And I think you just sort of think of a question or a general reading, or you put a question out there to the universe. Is that how it works?
Yep. I'm just trusting in my spirits that the cards will turn up right. And that seems to be working fairly well because I wasn't sure how this was going to work like over the internet when I'm not like in physical space with people. But it seems to be like I seem to be able to still connect through the cards because I've got that spirit connection that's sort of bridging the gap for me. So
okay, so this is Annie's question. And I'm going to put you full screen.
Oh,
no,
okay.
That didn't work. That gives us a background. Hang on. Now let's try this one. There you go. Hello, Ruth. Would you like a reading? Welcome, and thanks for joining us, Ruth. All the way from Texas. Oh, I love Texas.
Wow.
I've heard so much about it. We want to go to Texas, Werner and I, during our next... Oh, we want to go everywhere during our next trip, but we just... I don't know. Are you right there, dear? Are we having a moment?
Yeah, having a moment. Hang on. Oh, sorry. So delicate.
She dropped her cards. Lost her mind. So Ruth, well, Annie's having her reading.
As long as it's not losing my marbles, it's all good.
Oh no, that's all right.
Okay.
You've got to keep your marbles.
Yeah.
Ruth, if you have a question that you want to ask the universe or ask the cards, and think about it. Otherwise, we'll just do your general reading. Right. So we'll get back to.
Okay. So the cards I've drawn for you, Annie. First up, we've got the Ace of Cups. Now, the aces always represent a beginning or an opportunity. Then, and the cups representing the element of water and the realm of our emotions. Next, we've got the Three of Pentacles. Pentacles is the material world, our stuff, our can be work, money, earthy sort of element things. And then we've got the Page of Wands. And the Page of Wands is he's a character who has been through some lessons and is deciding that actually, you know, he's starting to recognize his self-worth. In the context of what you might need to look out for, I would say that the Three of Pentacles represents like working together, collaboration. So I think between the Ace of Cups, which is the emotional overflowing cup, and the Page of Wands as recognizing self-worth, I think it's what we've got is about valuing your own contributions and not allowing yourself to be put on the back seat in group situations. So trust in yourself, trust in your gut, and yeah, don't let others, you know, speak over you or make you carry all the workload. So that's, I think, what these cards are particularly getting at. It's in those group situations, know what your contribution is worthy and important.
Hey, thank you. That was a wonderful reading. Okay, I'm just going to take that one off. Thank you, Moira.
Hi, criticism.
Criticism. Hello, Mark and Annette. And hello, our paranormal world, Kim.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
No.
Hey, Mark. Hey, Annette. Hey, Kim.
So we've only got just over an hour, so I'm just keeping the chat and the conversation short so we can get through as many people as we possibly can. My apologies if I ignore anyone. I don't mean to. I'll try and say hello to everyone as I see them. Hello, Mr. Deal X.
Hi, Mr.
I
Deals.
see you there. So we've got Ruth next. Now, Ruth, if you have a question, you can post it now. Or if you just want a general reading, you can have that as well. Let us know. For those who have commented, I'll put your names down and you'll be next in my list. Unless, of course, you don't want a reading, then let me know. So we've got Kim. 3 is Kim, is after Mr. Criticism. Dear Lex. And then we've got Mark and Annette. I think. Mark and Annette. Or Mark or Annette. So we've got 5 people on the waiting list at the moment. Oh, happy birthday! Okay, happy birthday, Kim. 21 today.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Kim.
That's a special one.
No, Mark and Annette, you don't want a reading? Or are you responding to someone else? Oh, not tonight. Okay, I'll take Mark and Annette off. Okay, so Ruth has got a question up there. I'm going to put your full screen and mute my microphone.
All right. First card we've got is the Five of Swords. This card my teacher referred to as the nasty pasty. This is a saboteur. Next we've got another 5, but the 5 of Cups. And this one is about grief, loss. There's 5 cups built and 2 remaining. And the next we've got the Ace of Swords. The swords representing opportunities, new beginnings. The Ace of Swords particularly represents discernment, that clear judgment to cut to cut to the quick, really. So in relationships, so between the 5 of Swords and the 5 of Cups, swords representing the realm of thought, and cups representing the realm of emotion, but they're both quite dynamic cards, and they are so the 5 of Swords makes me think is somebody trying to push boundaries, or trying to break the relationship, making, are there lies and deceptions. The 5 of Cups could represent that something has been lost, but something else remains, a new opportunity, because of the 2 cups remaining and the bridge in the background. So we've got that little bridge. So it's the figure's looking at the cups that are spilt while ignoring that there's still something remaining. So there is definitely some changes there in relationships. And I think that the Ace of Swords is really needed to sort of say, okay, what has been done has been done. This is what's been lost. But what do we do about it now? I think that needs one more card. Let's see. Okay. So we've got the 2 of Wands, one of my favorite cards. Now this is, the Wands are fiery element. And, the fiery element is really, is about, movement and progression. And this character, he's standing there and he's got a globe in his hand and looking out over the water, and he's got two with him, whereas the page we saw before only had one, and he's thinking, what next? Whereas the page before said, yeah, I'm good enough. But this guy's saying, okay, where to next? So there's going to be some big changes. There's going to be the need for that mental sword to say, we're going to cut, that happened, that was enough, this is what I want. And that clarity and discernment and judgment is going to bring you to a place where you can decide where you want to be. So I hope that's helpful to you.
Thank you, Moira. That was fantastic. We have some feedback from Annie. That was spot on. I've always given control to others. I'm scared to ask for help. I've just been diagnosed with the key to my study struggles. Thank you for
I
that.
think many of us struggle to ask for help. It is the biggest thing. But
Yes, it seems to be the way in Australia.
if you can, you'll realise that there are people who do actually want to help, but it's a thing that so many of us struggle to do, even though we actually do want to help.
Okay, next we have for Lisa's just called in. Hello, Lisa. I'll put you on the list. We've only got an hour, so I hope we've got time. You don't do full card readings, do you?
Sometimes.
Okay.
What I do is fairly intuitive. So,
Yeah.
because we're doing a fairly quick format here, it's usually 3, sometimes 4, but I just sort of go with the feel of it.
Okay, cool. Okay, Critter Citizen. I love that name. I really do. I just love it. Now, did you have a question that you want to put out or a general reading? Let us know. You don't have to tell us what the question is.
Who's the reading for?
Critter Citizen.
Critter Citizen.
Critter Citizen, yes.
It's a hard one.
Say that 3 times really fast when you've had several bottles of wine.
Criticism.
Criticism. Anything but AU. Okay, let's go down. Oh, thank you. I crocheted it myself. Okay. There's been no response from Critters. Are you still there? Critters. Critty. Hello, Critty.
There we go. I don't have a question, but I'll take a reading. Okay.
Oh, okay. Where is that? I missed it. Oh, there it is.
Yeah. All right.
Yes, it is. Crit.
Crit.
Okay, crit.
Okay, first card we've got is the King of Swords. Swords again representing the realm of thought. Now this king, his head's slightly in the clouds, as we can see, and his sword isn't as straight and as the Queen of Swords. So perhaps he's a little bit complacent and a little bit he feels like he's done his test, and but he's come to a place of a little bit stagnant. The next we've got the 7 of Pentacles. This is about hard work, growth. The Pentacles again representing earthy things, the things, our possessions. It could be money, could be the things we enjoy. It's, our earthly stuff. And the next we've got the Lovers. Now, the Lovers can be a romantic card, but it can also be about connection to spirit. Obviously, we've got this great whopping big angel up there that is connecting our 2 lovers. So I wonder if you are working towards connection with spirit, or if you have somehow sort of not quite kept up your connection with spirit, as the King of Swords is a little bit head in the clouds. Let's draw one more. Oh, okay. We've got the 5 of Cups again. So maybe you've lost sight of your connection to spirit. Because the King of Swords, he's kind of complacent, he's kind of a little bit wonky. And the Five of Cups, you know, he's looking at what has spilt and not what he still has. But, you know, this is saying that you have put in that work. So your connection to spirit is still there, because it is still showing up in your cards, even if you feel like you have become distant from it. I think that's why this has turned up for you, to say that that is still something that is there waiting for you. And, you know, spirit exists on such a massive timeline, and us humans are so small in comparison. It really does not matter how long you have been away, they will welcome you back, and in whatever form you connect with spirit as, they will be right there waiting for you when you are ready to tap back in and say, I'm here. I hope that helps. Criticisms.
Thank you. Interesting reading. That was good. Thank you. Next, we are on to Kim, our paranormal world. Now, Kim, if you have a question that you oh, you can't even see me. Hello. Here's a close-up of my hat.
Oh, I like it. Very nice.
Like it?
Yeah. And it's great with your red hair. It's a great contrast. I like it.
Thank you. Yes, and I like the colours because you don't see the mistakes. Actually, no, there aren't any mistakes because I usually unfrog these days. And,
Perfectly imperfect.
Here we go. Okay, so Parador, did you want a general reading or did you have a question? If you're ready, let us know. Yeah, that's fine. Just a general reading would be fine. Now, well, you don't understand how spot on you actually are. And Stephanie gave me pretty much the same reading. That is very interesting. Thank you very much. And yes, now, so
all right.
our paranormal world is Kim.
Yep.
Is next after that it's Mr. Deal X. Is it Deal X? Yes, Deal X. And then Lisa, and I think we've got time for the both of them. Oh, hang on. What time did we start? 7:30? 8:30? Oh, I think I put my live on at 9:15. My premiere, 9:15. Never mind. I might change that. Okay, anyway, let's get to it. I shall shut me up.
Wow. Okay. The first card I've drawn for you is the Six of Cups. Cups again representing the realm of emotions and the element of water. There's a lot of yellow in this card, which in this deck often represents joy and happiness and sunlight. The next, we've got some major arcana happening. We've got the World. Now this is like, how do I describe the World? Okay, this is like, this is like a state of enlightenment. This is like the state of unification of mind and body and spirit coming together. Then we have the 10 of Wands. Wands being that fiery force energy. But we've got this figure who's sort of, look, I don't know if that's OH&S, the way you should be carrying those. He's making it difficult for himself, and he can't really see where he's going either. So the Six of Cups really is about how we nourish ourselves, how we honor our inner child, the things we do that bring us joy. The world, whew, spirit and oneness, and that work we do, that when we realize that, you know, our mind and our body and our spirit, you know, they're not these separate entities, that we are this oneness, and we belong to a big oneness. And I feel like this is the work that you're currently doing, this bringing together and this inner honoring. And, you know, that can be hard work, and you don't always know where you're going, but it's still important work. So these cards showing up for you are saying, we recognize that you're doing that work for yourself, that you're finding joy and honoring who you are, and bringing all those pieces of yourself together. So that's really special. That's really beautiful work. Let's draw one more. Let's see. Oh, that one. Here we go. So we've got the Eight of Wands. Now the Eight of Wands is often about swift communication. And in this context, I'm wondering, you know, are you having conversations with yourself about how you honor your inner child, how you bring that together, how you connect with spirit? Maybe you are taking time to meditate and let wisdom come to you in those quiet moments. So that's really beautiful, and I hope that reading's helpful to you.
That was great, thank you. Was it my imagination, or were you getting emotional slightly during that reading? I don't know, it just sounded like you were getting emotional.
I'm a Capricorn. Capricorns do not cry.
No. Never. I cry at the drop of a hat. That was lovely. Hi, Cherie. Is it Sherry or Cherie? Cherie or Cherie, I hope. I'll put your name down on the list if you'd like a reading. Next we have Mr. Deal X. Are you still with us, Mr. Deal X? He's ready to dance. And somebody wrote a lovely comment. Oh no. Okay, here we go. Oh, that's lovely. Wow, thanks, Moira. It was great. You're awesome. I'm a Cancer. I cry daily. Oh dear, yes. Okay, Mr. Dealex would like a general reading, please. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we've got first up the Page of Wands again, and this is about recognizing the things you've learned and the experience you've been through, and acknowledging your self-worth. It's saying, yeah, I actually measure up. The next we've got the Nine of Pentacles. My tarot teacher called this character Lady Luck. So she's often the sign of good luck, things possibly going your way, possibly some money coming in. Then we've actually got the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords is often associated with anxiety and depression. We've got this character who's prone on the beach and slightly overkill with all the swords, but the sky is just lightening on the horizon. So with the Page of Wands, and then we've got the beautiful Lady Luck, but then the Ten of Swords on the other side, I'm wondering, perhaps these could be those two either side of the page seem kind of opposite, and they feel like opposing forces. So I'm wondering, if you, as you representing the Page of Wands, where is your self-worth, and how do you feel in your accomplishments and your experience, and are you allowing you, are you blocking new opportunities and things to come that might be coming your way, by giving in to anxiety and low mood? So it feels like there's this push-pull between the two that's really based on this sense of self-worth. Let's just pull one more. Oh, I've got the World again. Now, for these cards, I think what the World is saying, because we've sort of got this wheel around and these characters, so we've got, I feel like things are, there's this sense of movement, of change. Perhaps you are coming out of this period of, or coming into this period of actually saying, yeah, this is my self-worth, and I'm not going, I'm going to acknowledge who I am and what I can do, and allow those opportunities to flow my way. So I feel like there's that movement and really powerful energy. The Wand's being really fiery, and the World is like, yeah, I mean, like, this card looks scary, but it's kind of like, it more represents like worry and things. So it's about not letting those worries get in the way of what opportunities might be turning up for you, and and not allowing yourself to move with whatever opportunities and are coming your way. Because when you can do that, the cards are saying that there is luck in it for you, and things can fall your way. I hope that's helpful.
Excellent. Oh, excuse me. That was wonderful. Thank you. Next, we have Lisa. Is next. Oh, you're in South Africa. Okay, you're on after Lisa. Oh, Sindel? Is it Sindel? Sindel, is that right? Let me know if I've got that right or not, please. That would be wonderful. Now, Lisa, if you have a question, oh, okay. Think of it now. You don't have to put it up, or if you wanted a general reading, that's up to you. I'm going to mute the mic again. Sindel, cool. Song before we go? No.
All right, so first up, we've got the Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles representing collaboration, working together, planning. The next card I got for you is the Two of Wands. We've got that fiery wand energy, and we've got this character who's holding a globe and looking out over the water, and he's wondering what adventures he might go on next. And next we've got another wand card. We've got the Six of Wands, and we've got this character who is in this triumphant procession, and they've got their wreath and their crown, bay leaf crown, and it seems like they are in procession. My tarot teacher called this the card of victory. So together these cards suggest that you will be embarking on a new project, a project that seems to be very successful. It'll be a group project. There will be collaboration. There'll be other people involved, and together you'll be able to achieve something that you can all be very proud of. Because this is not, that card is not just like, oh yeah, that's good. It's like, yeah, we won. Like, that's really successful. Let's see, one more. So Wands again, and then the Four of Wands. Now the Four specifically is a very structural number. It represents stability, strength. This card especially is showing a happy home, a couple celebrating. So whatever it is, I think is going to be quite lucrative for you, very exciting for you. Definitely something to throw a party over when we're allowed to invite people over. So I hope that helps, Lisa.
That's great. Thank you. That was a really good one. Yay. We've still got two people on the list. Hello, Sunblia. Is that an I? Sunbla.
Mm-hmm.
Let me know if I've got that right too. But next we have oh, that's okay. That's okay. And now we have Sindel.
Okay,
if you have a
Sindel.
question for the cards, that's fine. If you just want a general reading, that's fine too. I almost removed you from the screen actually last time. I wasn't concentrating. Oh dear.
Okay, so first up is the Six of Cups again. So the cups representing the element of water and our emotions, and the Six of Cups is about finding joy and honoring our inner child. The King of Swords, representing the realm of thought and air, but the king is slightly heading the clouds. He's a little bit complacent. Then we've got the Ace of Wands. Wands representing fire and action, and wands representing new opportunities. So, okay, what this is saying to me is that you've become a little bit complacent in terms of honoring yourself. And these cards are asking you to spend some time on you. Yeah, put yourself first for a bit. Perhaps you have done some of this before. You know, you have done that work in honoring your inner child. But perhaps that may have fallen by the wayside. And these cards are saying, now is the time to get back to that. Now is the time to find that joy, to find that playfulness, and to really grab hold of that opportunity of action. Let's see. Oh, yeah. So let's see. 9 of Cups. Now, this is one happy dude. This is a guy ready to celebrate. So it's saying this is some time to have some fun. Yeah. The cards are saying, you know, putting everyone else first, working too hard, whatever it is that has taken you away from honoring you. Now's the time to have some fun. Notice how both show both a lot of yellow and blues. They're really sort of happy, joyful. So I hope that's helpful to you. Have some fun.
I love happy and joyful. That's fantastic. And there was somebody earlier that came into chat, and I actually skipped her. Cherie Collins, if you're still there and you would like a reading, we're going to come back to you. You should have actually been next. But I forgot to write your name down. So if you're here in the chat and you would like a reading, let us know. Please. Maybe she's gone. Maybe. We've still got plenty of time, but we can come back to you because next we have Sunbeer. Is it Sunbeer? Sunbler or Sunbeer? Sunbler. My apologies if I mispronounced that. And Sunbler would like to have a general reading. Okay. Yes, she is. Absolutely. It's a privilege to have Moira on my show, actually. It really is. I'm totally honoured. But anyway, I'm going to make a quick cuppa.
Ooh, hang on, I'm losing the camera. That way. Okay, so first up we've got the Five of Cups. And again, we've got this element of grief. We've got this dark figure who is head bowed over the 5 cups that are spilled and ignoring the 2 that are still standing with the bridge in the distance. Next up, we've got Temperance. Temperance is the virtue of balance, of but again, we can see cups again, but also and that watery element. Then we've got the Seven of Swords. And the Seven of Swords is a thief. He's seemed to have grabbed a bunch of swords, and he's making his way sneaking away from the camp. So between the card representing grief and the card representing the thief, what is it that you have lost? What is it that you are missing? Or what is it that you haven't noticed? And I want to bring to attention that behind each of these characters, there's like 2 of the items remaining, just as a little parallel. But there's something, so I mean everything is not lost, but there is something that is missing, something that is gone. So maybe the card of Temperance is calling you to practice temperance. Maybe it is saying there is a balance that needs to be restored. And it is asking for that gentleness, for that grace to be returned. And just as another card, we've got the King of Pentacles. Pentacles representing money, stuff, home. But see, this king, he's got so much stuff that he's pretty stuck where he is. He's there's not a whole lot of temperance going on there, which I think helps us make sense of what these cards are asking us. So to allow yourself that balance and to acknowledge what you have and what you let go, and find that balance of what you have and what you don't need. So I hope that's helpful to you.
That was great. You know, I have readings similar to that, like the last bit. Let go of what you don't need. Get rid of the dead wood. It seems to be a very common thing amongst us people.
Well, yeah, definitely something to, revisit from time to time,
Yes.
Like, it's like, doing an emotional spring clean, we just sort of accumulate stuff.
Absolutely. Okay. Oh, there I am. It's all right. It's cool. Now, does anybody? We've actually come to the last person on our list.
Okay.
Before I ask for mine, I always ask for mine if there's time left over. And so this makes no difference. Does anybody have a follow-up question? Is there anything like from what they've heard? Or, I mean, we can't obviously do everyone. If we have a whole plethora, it's going to be a little bit difficult. Ms. Moira, positive people on earth. My cat just jumped up on my bed and snuggled up with me under the sheets for the first time ever. I'm incredibly shocked. There you go.
Oh, I've got my cat next to me curled up in her bed.
Cats are like that.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's good. That's good. A friend of mine has a cat and practically scratches her eyes out every time she gets near the cat. Okay, well, I might as well have a reading for myself.
Didn't you say there was one more? Or was that?
No, that was it. There was one other person, Cherie, I think her name was. But I think she's left the chat. Has Cherie signed back in? There's been no... Has anybody been missed out? I don't think anyone's been missed out. They do. Okay, well, I may as well have my reading.
Okay. Any question or just general?
Oh, I think a general reading today. Thank you, my lovely. And maybe we can have a bit of a Q&A afterwards if anybody wants to know a little bit more about our lovely Moira.
All right.
Shandy,
First up,
we might have to do Shandy after me. Okay, sorry, go on.
We've got the Hierophant, which is like a religious leader. So this card is representing, where do we get our guidance from? Then we've got the King of Pentacles. We've got, this earthly possessions, but he's all overgrown and probably stuck in that throne. And then on the other side of that, we've got the King of Wands, who sits lightly on his throne and looks ready, poised to spring into action. So this says to me that these two kings are, again, we've got like these opposing forces, right? We've got this king who has just grown so comfortable in where he is that he has grown stuck. And then we've got this king, this fiery king who is poised to act. And in between them, we've got the Hierophant. My tarot teacher said anytime you see an archway or pillars, it means we call it a gateway card, which means that there's work to be done. It's like a liminal space. And what this is saying to me is, are you taking your own guidance? Are you looking to others for guidance? Are you looking to some higher authority for guidance? Or are you looking within? Let's see, one more card. Oh, okay. Showing up again. Six of Cups.
Okay.
So, hey, maybe it's saying, let that inner child guide you. Maybe it's saying, follow your joy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So this balance of like being so comfortable in your stuff that you're stuck and being, ready to move, ready to go, and the seeking guidance between how to balance the two. And then we get this softness and happiness of, hey, like, I'm just going to trust myself on this. And, maybe not look to authority, but look further within. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, actually. Yeah, it does.
you know, to quote Marie Kondo, to, you know, seek what sparks joy. I think applies here.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that, Moira. That's amazing.
You're welcome.
And Kim wanted to say, can I just tell Moira that I had to make a difficult decision recently and I found it's hard to make, but I did it and I am happy I did.
Oh, wonderful.
Awesome. That's awesome, Kim.
Good for you.
Yes. Okay, now Shandy. I'm as rough as a tramp's fart. Well, aren't we all, my dear? Aren't we all? Oh dear, oh dear. Now, can I? Okay, so Shandy, did you want a reading? Okay, Deepo, we'll get to you in a minute. We are running out of time. I don't know how Moira's feeling.
Yeah,
if she wants
we can go a little longer.
You can. I can move my thing forward another 15 minutes. That's not a problem. We can go as quickly or as shortly as long. Oh, you know what I mean. as Moira feels inclined. This is totally up to her.
Maybe another one or two.
So I think we've got two more. So I might postpone while you're doing that for Shandy. Question or general reading, it's up to you. I'll mute me and I'll go and postpone my premiere for another 15 minutes.
Okay. So any questions, Shandy? I'll just give that a sec because there's a pause in the chat. Yep, general. Okay. All right. First up, we've got the Knight of Swords. We've got this knight who is speeding forward, racing through the clouds with his sword held high. But remember, the swords are the element of air and thought. So there is information, there is learning, there is, but there is a real swiftness to it. There is going to be some real sudden understanding that will send you in a new direction. Next, we've got the Eight of Cups. Here we've got a figure who has turned their back on what they've got and seem to be venturing into the mountains. And we've got the sun, we've got the moon up there, and we've got the mountains that are in shadow, but they seem to be walking away. And then we've got the Ten of Pentacles. The ten, now, for those familiar, that the way those pentacles are outlined represents the tree of life. Now, I'm certainly no expert on Kabbalah, but this represents home and family and happiness, but also how those things help connect us to the realm of spirit. It's about acknowledging how the things we have and how we honor our family make us content. All right, how do we bring that together? perhaps there'll be some new connection made, or like a reconnection, because I feel like there's new information, there's a new journey, but then also this really earthy, grounded home energy with the pentacles. Perhaps this could be forming new bonds, strengthening connections. I feel that, and I feel like this is something that could be surprising in a way, something that you didn't expect could or would happen. Let's see. And again, we've got the Hierophant. So we've got listening to your own judgment. We've got, we've got these powers that say how we should be in the world, but truly it is only us who decides who those powers can be. So you can decide on, you know, what those dynamics, new dynamics you are forming are. With this new, whatever this new connection is, or reconnection, you get to define how that happens and what that is going to be and look like. Hope that helps you.
Wow, fantastic. What a reading. We've all had great readings tonight. Fantastic. Deepa has a specific question. Is my job safe? Any risk of changes coming in the near future? Oh, let's hope we've got some good news.
All right, Knight of Wands. Be ready to move. I'm sorry, but yeah, don't get too comfortable. The Wands are about action and movement. This fiery energy. So I'm going to call it that ready to be quick on your feet. The next, we've got the Two of Cups. So partnerships will be important. There'll be support. There'll be growth. There'll be connection. And then we've got Judgment. Now, so this card really relates to old medieval concept of what was going to happen on the last day. But today we can say that this is about what our calling is. And that card turning up here really suggests that there's going to be some new opportunity that is going to really speak more to your values. So you'll be moving into something that really honors your strengths, your values, who you are, and what you can offer the world. And then just as a clarifier, we've got the Eight of Swords. And again, this looks a bit gloomy. We've got this figure who's tied up with these swords around them, and the ground's a bit mushy. But if you can see, like, they're not actually that tightly bound. They could probably wriggle out of that. But this is a card of feeling a bit stuck, a bit a loss of control and not knowing where you're going. So what these cards want to say is, yeah, you're probably going to need to be quick on your feet and ready to move. But there's this new opportunity that may come out of a partnership that is going to really speak to who you are and what you can offer, and to put your trust in that, even if you cannot see where that is going to be. It may be, yes, it may be a promotion. There is this swiftness and growth here. It's going to be something that you won't expect with that sword card, because this figure is blindfolded. They don't, they don't really understand where they're going, and they can't understand that yet. But this judgment card talking about, who you are as a person and what you can offer, I think is showing that there's going to be something really special that's going to be quite surprising. So even though it's a time of change, it is really positive.
Wow. Maybe it could mean a promotion or a better job.
Absolutely.
You never know. Change isn't always bad.
Definitely not.
I don't like change much myself, but it's not necessarily always bad.
Yeah.
Hey. Hello, happily ever after. Would you like a reading? Thank you for joining us. We hope you're well. I'll just wait for happily ever after to respond with a yay or an A.
Mm-hmm.
Because some people... Hello, Pauline. We will get to you in a moment. I've noted you down. Just want to hear from happily ever after first. Because some people just like to watch, some people like a reading. Totally up to them. Well, in the meantime, we'll move on to Pauline. Thank you for joining us, Pauline. Hello. How will my relationship with my Scorpio friend evolve in the future? Good question.
All right. First card we've got is the... Oh, you've put me on small. There we go. Okay. Two of Cups. Cups representing the realm of emotions. So again, we've got a strong partnership that's connected through spirit. Then we've got the King of Wands. Now, this fiery king probably represents this Scorpio friend who is strong and decisive and generous and willing to lead. Next, we've got the Seven of Cups. Now, the Seven of Cups shows a figure standing in front of all these cups that each have something different in them. And it appears he's being presented with a choice. Perhaps he needs to choose one of these strange and wonderful gifts hanging in the clouds. Hmm. I am wondering if this is showing some indecisiveness from the Scorpio friend. Because we've got this card of partnership, and then we've got this figure, and then we've got the king. So which way are they going to go? King of Swords. Yeah, so this person hasn't made up their mind yet. They are, I think, open to options at the moment. So the cards can't give us a definite because I think they're keeping their options open. So that's probably maybe not the answer you wanted, but sorry about that. This is not to say that anything's decided or that anything's working against you particularly. And that does seem kind of very Scorpio nature as well, that they are, they tend to be quite guarded and sort of hold some of themselves back. So this person is not quite at the point where they are sure, where they are fully certain of which way they want to go. Hope that's helpful to you.
Good reading, great reading, actually. Every reading you do is great. I feel like I'm just repeating myself. I just like put on the
I
tape
get so
recorder
much praise here. I love it. I love it. I
and
get
press
so much
play.
praise.
Oh dear. Yes, very, very, very. I know. Yeah. Okay. Was there anyone else? Now I know we had. Who asked me how I was? The last happily ever after. So I'm not sure. They haven't responded to me yet. It seems to take them a while to get back to me. So, oh, thank you. I crocheted it myself in case I haven't told you in the past 5 minutes. Somebody asked me earlier, ages and ages ago, if it's the one that I was finishing off today, and I'm like, yes, it is. It didn't take me long to do, actually, for a new pattern or new old pattern or an old new pattern. Cool. I think we've come to the end of our session. So we've still got 15 minutes. If anybody would like to ask a question of just like a general question about Moira, nothing too personal or anything like that, but just a little get to know Moira a bit more. Oh, they don't want to get to know you. We'll just wait for a few minutes. I'll sing a song while we're here. Sing a song. Here we go. Here's a question. How long have you been reading?
So I got my first pack of tarot cards when I was 14. And I'm now 36.
Wow, that's a long time. Did you actually What did you start reading as soon as you got the cards, or
Yeah, yeah.
was it like I'm going to learn how to do readings? You bought yourself a packet of cards and then got lessons, or how did it
So Mum
happen?
bought me my first pack of cards. And it was sort of a few years before I really went in, well, a couple of years until I went into lessons. Um, I did sort of look up some of the meanings and stuff, but I was mostly sort of working more intuitively with the images and colours and elements of the cards rather than what I later learned in what the meanings that were put into the cards as well. So I use both. I use their traditional meanings as well as, oh, hey, look, like there's a river in the background, and what does that mean? So yeah, so when I read, like, sometimes, that one element in the card is what's supposed to be interpreted in that context. So I'm able to utilize both approaches.
Fantastic. This is not a question, but rather a compliment.
Thank you.
You're such a sweetheart. He really is. Oh, I thought there was another question. Okay, well, next Tuesday. Now, Moira comes on usually once a month, and it's most of the time the second Tuesday of the month. Obviously, it doesn't always happen because, life and such gets in the way. So we usually try to do this at least once a month. If we can. If it's not on the second Tuesday, it'll be the third or the fourth.
I think you missed a question.
Did I? Oh, sorry. My apologies. Oh. No. Is it further up? Further up? Further up? Further up than that? Oh, weird question for Lisa. Right, there we go, Annie. Can a legal name change your personality if the change falls on a different star sign to your birth one? Can you gain some sign traits? I think I have.
So my lovely wife changed their name soon after they became an adult, and they went through a process of checking, the numerology around the name that they wanted to change to see what sort of energies that connected with, and to see that they would be happy with that, because if you're interested in numerology and how that translates into the energies that we carry forward, so I absolutely think it can. And yeah, because they wanted to check that it was something that sat well with them. Yeah, I think it absolutely can, and and even on the like sound vibration, right? Like, so different words have their different sounds and different vibrations, and that's all energy. So what are we putting out? Like, what does that sound create or feel like? So yeah, I mean, like, it can be a real subtle change, but yeah, I think it totally can.
Interesting. Because I've changed my name, but not by much. Oh, that's okay. We just heard the word squashy, and I thought squishy. Mark talks about his squishy shoes when he's pounding the grass in the graveyards. It just made me think of him. You said squash, and I was like, oh my goodness, made me think of Mark. That's all right. That's okay. He doesn't have to apologise for not being here, my goodness.
This time.
This time, yes. This time. And so next Tuesday, I'm unboxing a auction item that I won from Nocturnal Nation. 3 items that are known to have attachments to them. So I'm unboxing them, and I'll be doing a bit of investigation to see what I can find out about those items. And hopefully Neil will be here, but if it's like 6 o'clock in the morning, I don't know, he may not be. I'm still yet to find a happy medium, so to speak, between the north and the south, as in hemispheres. So, yeah, so that's next Tuesday. In 7 minutes, I have a premiere. It's a very short premiere. I went to the Australian Plains Cemetery. Unfortunately, the wind got too loud for my ghost box session, so I put in a Lutheran hymn for everyone to listen to while I walked around. It's my favourite hymn. It's very old school, but that's all right. If you don't like listening to hymns, just turn the volume down and look at the pretty sights of the Australian Plains Cemetery. I'd appreciate it if everybody could jump over to that in about 5 minutes. And thank you, Moira.
Very welcome.
It's been a pleasure.
Good to see your face.
Nice to see you again. We need to do this more often. I mean,
yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Okay. Hooroo, everyone. Thanks for joining us. And we'll see you next month. Hooroo.